on, Jazzy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in.
Good job, Jazzy.
I'm John. This is Matt. Straight Shooter Reviews. Today we're gonna be talking about Matt's Glock 42.
This is my personal concealed carry gun. I pair it with a Kydex holster for the most part and carry it inside waistband. This is a semi-automatic 380. It's a 6+1 capacity. This gun, as I use it, is stock as they come again, except for the hoe grip. That's the only thing I've put on the gun so far. We're going to take it to the range and do a couple of drills with it, see how we like it. What do you expect from the gun, John?
Well, I've shot mostly full-size Glocks and 9mm. I think it'll be a little different just 'cause it's smaller. I mean, it feels different in my hand, but it's a Glock, so I expect it to pretty much shoot like a Glock.
Well, it is smaller than a full-size Glock for sure, but it's also a lot larger than a lot of carry 380s. I mean, I carried the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard for a while. I didn't enjoy that gun. It was a much smaller gun. Part of the reason I think I'm going to enjoy this gun is because it's a little bit larger. I think it's going to be easier to shoot. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think it's a very good trade-off. I mean, it's larger, but I think it's just marginally larger. Small enough that it's still definitely, I mean, you could pocket carry it.
Right.
And it's, the small increase in size, I agree, it looks like it'll be pretty shootable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for this gun. A little iffy about the sights. This ball and cup sight is a little different than the standard night sights that I'm used to. But as far as it feels in my hand, you're right, it feels good. Easy to conceal, especially with a decent holster. I like the Kydex because there's a lot of retention and it's very capable of removing and relocating the gun. So we'll take some plates out with it, see what we think. We're not testing the gun for its bullseye abilities, but really for how it functions as a carry gun, I think.
Definitely. And it's a Glock, so I don't expect to have any issues with reliability wise. So.
Right, that was a big thing that sold me on getting a Glock as a carry gun, is the reliability.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as it's not going to be as reliable as a revolver, sure, but as far as the semi-automatic goes, I think a Glock pretty much carries the title there for being one of, if not the most reliable semi-automatic handguns.
Absolutely. If I were to switch back to a semi-auto for carry, it'd definitely be a Glock. That's kind of the lack of reliability with, I had a Ruger LC9S, and the issues that I had with that kind of what pushed me away from the semi-auto to getting a revolver for concealed carry.
Right.
So
yeah,
if I were to go back though, I've only heard good things about the Glock.
Well, this gun, the Glock 42, when it was first released, was met with a lot of criticism because people wanted what we now know as the Glock 43. They wanted a single stack 9mm. So there was a lot of heat at first because it wasn't 9mm. Now it's been a little while since then. Of course, now we have the Glock 43 single stack. We can really evaluate this gun for what it is as a 380.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we're going to put it to the test and see what we think. All right, well, we're back from the range. We put a couple of rounds through the Glock 42, the 380 concealed carry option. John, what are your impressions?
Well, definitely doesn't shoot like my 17s. My issue was, I mean, first of all, I could shoot it. I could shoot it well enough that I'd be comfortable carrying it with it. I would have been, if I'd have to defend myself, yeah, I could shoot what I'm hitting at. As far as hitting plates and targets, the fact that it isn't loaded here, but it's small in my hand, and so normally where I'm holding the gun and my finger's right where it ought to be, it kind of makes it tough to not pull the shots to the left just because, it's
From over gripping the trigger, you mean?
right, yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I just still try and grip it right, but it makes it tough. And my tendency was to either jerk them to the left or down. Wasn't that big of a deal, but I definitely, it definitely wasn't like shooting my Glock 17. That I had.
Right, something that can be worked out with practice, but you would have to practice to overcome. You can't just go from a full size to a subcompact and use everything exactly the same. There are some differences.
Right, and I'm not a semi-auto guy generally to begin with, so.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's a steep learning curve for sure.
I mean, so as far as it being a carry gun, 380, some of the smaller 380s, like the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, are kind of tough to shoot. Did you find this gun to be difficult to shoot at all?
As far as actually just shooting the gun itself, no, not at all. The recoil wasn't bad at all. Like you said, I'm not a huge fan of the stock factory sights that come on a Glock, but
right.
It's still plenty shootable.
Yeah, I vastly prefer the night sights to these, for sure.
Yeah.
But as far as it being a comfortable gun to shoot, if this is your carry gun, you want to practice with it, I could take this to the range and I could do 500 rounds with it. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think my hands would be bothering me. I don't think it would be uncomfortable to shoot. I think I spent a lot of time shooting it.
And as time went on and I got more proficient with it, it'd be more fun to shoot too. I was hitting plates, but I was definitely, it was something I'm not used to shooting that, and it was definitely not something that, it was different.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be setting any accuracy high scores with this gun, but as far as being a 380, being a carry gun, and getting fast, consistent shots off on target, I think this gun's pretty capable of that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And when I say I wasn't, for me, it was just that it's nice to be able to shoot bullseyes. And when I switched from shooting a full size 22 or full size 9mm or 1911, and then go to shoot this, it's like my groups are, but it's gonna happen with anybody.
That's the nature of the beast,
right?
Yeah. Especially when transitioning from size. But the purposes are different as well. I mean, you might carry a full size for protection at times, but generally the subcompact, you're not out there to set any records. You're just trying to get shots on target that would stop an attacker.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think for that purpose, this gun definitely served its need.
What makes you like that more than the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 that you had?
Pretty much everything. I mean, I find the aesthetics of it to be more pleasing, which I know is kind of a dumb thing, but that's the truth. It's much.
What if we did the whole video with a Mike Tyson accent?
Obviously, it's not a full size, but the.
Hey, man, it's John. Welcome to Thwaites Doodle Reviews.
They don't have to differentiate anything. I think it's got a great trigger pull. I think it's advertised as being, what is it, 5.5 pounds. It feels a little heavier than that, but the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, that was like an 8-pound trigger pull at least. It was much harder to get shots off. I was way less accurate and proficient with it. And another thing is I found a design flaw with the Smith & Wesson was that the mag release and the holsters that they sold for that gun usually didn't work together, and if I tried to in waistband carry the Bodyguard, I ended up ejecting a magazine a lot. I'd sit down to drive and I'd eject the magazine.
That's not a good thing.
That's not good for a carry gun.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So, this is easy to eject. I can do it all day long. But when it's paired with a holster and in my waistband, I have no problems. I've never once kicked the mag out accidentally. So the ease of concealment for this gun is greater in my opinion. The ability to shoot is better in my opinion. The comfort is better. I mean, it's just all around a more well-designed 380. And part of that comes from it being just a little bit larger. But again, not too large that I can't conceal.
Right. Plus, it's a Glock, so there's going to be a lot more aftermarket parts that you can customize it to however you like.
Right, yeah, I mean, the level of accessories is huge. Like I said, I have the Hogue grip on here, but that's about it. I really like to pair this gun with a laser of some sort and see what that does for me because, like John says, it's a little hard to get this thing on target completely, so with a laser, if I could cut down on that time, that might be beneficial for a carry gun.
Sure. Yeah, and in comparison to, I shot that Bodyguard once, maybe like one mag or two through it, and from what I remember, this shoots a lot smoother. I just remember that Bodyguard 280 just really snapping into your palm.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot.
It was shootable, but this is something that once I got better with it, it'd be. It's kind of like basketball. If I can go, make 3-pointers, I'm going to go out and have more fun time. If I can't shoot it all, it's not going to be that fun.
Right.
If I practice with this and get good with it, I know I'd have a good time, good day at the range with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with this as a carry gun. I mean, I was carrying a 1911 Commander for a while, and that's a very capable gun, but it's infinitely larger than this.
Night and day difference.
Right. As far as concealability goes, this is way better. And as far as ease of shooting, I find them to be pretty much equal. I mean, I could shoot the 1911 all day. I could shoot this all day too if I wanted to. It'd be no problem.
Yeah, I was surprised how soft shooting that was.
Right. Yeah, I was as well. For a 380 carry gun, which usually have a reputation of being pretty snappy, this, felt completely manageable to me.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
Not really. I mean, it's a Glock, so I don't think you can go wrong with that. like I said earlier, if I was gonna carry a semi-auto, which I may in the future, I'd definitely lean strongly towards Glock.
So would you say you'd recommend this gun to a friend?
Yes, I would if they're looking for a semi-auto and they want a 380. 380, it's acceptable but not ideal, in my mind anyway, as a carry. But that's where, like we were saying, it really matters. As long as you can hit the target, that's what matters most, obviously.
Right.
But
I'd rather connect with a 22 than miss with a 45.
absolutely. But at the same time, I've noticed. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, I agree.
Good. Glad to hear it. The pricing of the gun was very reasonable. This is a Gen 4, so it is the newest generation, and I purchased this for $409 before tax and transfer. So a gun and a holster, less than $480 altogether for what I find to be a pretty ideal carry setup.
Yeah.
That seems pretty reasonable to me.
Through my years of gun ownership, I've come to the conclusion that I'd rather spend a little more for something that I really like
Absolutely.
than try and cut corners. So
Yeah, cheaping out's never the way to go, but if you can get what you like for cheap, that's a good thing.
yeah, that's true.
So I think this is going to wrap it up for us with the Glock 42. I had a good time shooting the gun today. It's a gun I'm definitely going to hold on to. I would recommend it, for someone who's looking for something that matches this description to some degree. And I'll continue to use it, and we'll keep you updated if we find anything we don't like.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.